Trapper Dave, December the 8th. As you can see, we've got snow falling this morning. What we're going to do is, this is our day off from work. We was out in town there Saturday and Sunday at a festival. Done very well at it. But what we're going to do is, we're going to put out a bunch of sets today. Mainly probably just nest predator sets. We got a pond. Right here's the dam. Here's the overflow. The pond's just, right here's the dam of it. But anyway, we're gonna start right here and we're gonna work our way down this little stream here. The further on down it gets, the deeper it forks off. We're probably a mile, I want to say 3/4 of a mile to the main creek. And I've been trapping a prong. That's where I caught the coons here back probably a month ago now, or maybe a little over a month ago if you watch my videos. We caught some coon, couple of big coons, a big skunk, or a big possum there. And I had all three of them one morning. We trapped, that's the other side of this one, and then eventually they run together way down towards the main river. So what we're going to do, we're going to start up here putting out the raccoon sets. Probably going to catch some skunks, probably going to catch some possums, and may catch some raccoons. I know they come up in here. We just put us a set right here. Some boys was hog hunting the other night, and just right down here about 150, 200 yards, they said they was skunks and running everywhere. They about got sprayed a couple times out looking around. When they got back to the vehicle, they was skunks around their Jeep. So we know they're here. Anytime you've got a water source like this that runs down to the main river, you're going to have all kinds of raccoons and stuff like that. So we're getting started. I may not be able to do all the videos of each set because this snow is just going backwards and forwards to rain. As long as it stays just a flurry like this, is not real bad. But now if it goes to rain, I'll just have to get in out of it or just put sets in and not do no video. But we're getting started. I'm not sure how many we're going to put out. You can see that silo right there. There's a couple barns right there. We're probably going to put some live skunk traps up there. That way we know there's skunks there. We've been seeing them. They've got barn cats. If we catch a cat, we'll turn it loose. And that way you use that kind of live traps around the barn. You know, you're probably going to catch some cats, but you're also going to catch some skunks too. So anyway, we'll see what happens here in the next 3 or 4 hours. I was wanting to put in some footholds, but as many as it is, and it's going to temperature get real cold here towards the end of the week. I don't know where that's going to happen or not, but if not, why, we're just going to hit the nest predators hard. I've got enough stuff to put out probably 20, 25 sets, so we're going to do that. But anyway, we're fixing to get started, and we'll catch y'all here after a while. Okay, Trapper Dave again. We've been putting out sets. Snow's about to quit now, so anyway, what we've done, I showed the first two couple of sets we made. Right down here in this holler, we put out 3 more, and there's a cross fence, and I can't get on the other side to go on down the holler because there's a gate away over there, and they've got it shut. Don't want cows in there. So anyway, we got sets down there. We come back up here in this fence row, and we put us a set right here. Don't know, should be good for about any nest predator. We put us a set right there. I've been feeding cows in here, and there's been stuff scratching in cow manure, so should be good for some skunks. So they've been scratching in that, throwing it everywhere. Possums, raccoons, feedlots right up there. So, and then we put us another set right here, just hooked on the fence post. Put it right there. Put out a little bit of lure there with it, and then Up here in the corner, got us a nice little coyote trail. See that? Got us a nice little coyote trail right there. We got a snare hanging right there. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think that makes about 8 or 10 sets. We're gonna go back up here and set some more. That's what we've got set out, about 10, somewhere in that area. We're gonna go back up here above this pond, put out some skunk traps and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. We may go around over here in another field. They've got all the cattle out of it, so we may go around over there and see if we can put out some sets there. There's a little pond down there. Every time I've been over there, there's raccoon tracks and stuff, and I've never trapped over there. Never trapped over here. I have trapped back over there, but this right here is a whole different little branch and stream. It goes down, like I said, into the main river, so I don't know what you're using over there. We'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, we'll get out. We're gonna go up here and set some more stuff, and then we'll come back tomorrow and see if we got anything. That's the only thing you can do is trapping. It's trapping just like hunting. Nights you think you'll do good, nights you think you won't do good, you'll have a few catches. So that's just the way it is. But anyway, we'll catch y'all after a while. Okay, Trapper Dave again. We're back out up here where all this hay and stuff's at. Last time I trapped, I caught a skunk and a possum right there, and you can see those little pies trails going up through there around that hay. So there's still stuff using here. So we put us a live trap out right here, and we got us one right here, and we got them set, and then right on down there where that dark looking spot, there's a cross fence, and we got us a trap set right there. So that right there is about I think 13, 14 sets. We're fixing to shut this gate back, and if I have time in the morning, I may come in this gate and go back around that behind the barn there and set a couple out there. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go over here across the road on the other side of the farm and set some traps along the top of the bluff down there. I usually do pretty good over there. Really didn't trap it much last year. I caught I think a skunk and a couple of raccoons and maybe a possum. Didn't do a lot there last year, but we're gonna give it a shot this year. So we're gonna go over there and set some more stuff, and I'll catch you out here after a while. Trapper Day, we've moved over to another location. Like I said, we hadn't trapped here none, and maybe just once last year for about 3 nights. I think we caught one possum and maybe one raccoon, or I know we had one skunk, can't remember sure. But anyway, we're back over here. We're gonna give it a few nights here and see what happens. But we got a field right there, and in 20, 30, probably 20, 30 yards, there's a bluff. Creek's just right down there. You can see that water down there. That's just a runoff here between two little old hollers and a field. But anyway, what we done, we put us a raccoon cuff right there, and I put out 3 out here. A lot of times these critters, they'll come around the top of the bluff like this. They'll climb the bluff or climb a tree and come out on top. And everybody watches me knows that I always like to set doubles a lot of times, and I've done that a couple of times this morning. And right here, I'm fixing to do it. Already done it again. So what we done here, and I've had catches 2 years ago. I think I had 3 different doubles here. Had a couple of coons on each of them twice, and had a coon and a skunk one night. But anyway, right here's our little raccoon cuff, and then right here in about probably, I'm gonna say 16 feet, we got us another one right there. So anyway, we put out some good lure. if they come around through here. I was aiming to put a couple more way on out yonder, but the only thing I've got left is I don't have anything of cables. I've just got some that I can drive in the ground, and with this being on top of the bluff, I'm probably not going to get it down in the ground enough where something would pull it out and take off with it. But anyway, those tree line you see up yonder about 200 yards, that's where we got to go back out. So there's a bluff up there, and water running over, like I guess it's kind of like a spring or something like that, and there's a little patch of woods in there. So we're going to put out a couple of those up there on the edge of that and see if there's anything up there hanging around for the next several nights. According to the forecast, looks like starting about maybe Thursday night through Friday night and Saturday night. Supposed to be down in the teens for about probably 3 nights or something. Highs in the 30s. But that's just a good, it's cold, but it's not that bad. I do pretty good on, I have done real good on nights where it's like that. But anyway, we're gonna get on out of here and see what we're gonna set a couple more up here, but we're gonna get on out of this area and start again and see what we can come up with. But anyway, we'll catch y'all here after a while. Trapper Dave, where the hole was just at, I was talking about on top of the bluff. It's down there where those evergreen trees and stuff set. We got 3 sets down there. And what we did here, I said I was going to come back up here, and this is this patch of trees I showed you from down there. I come back up here, and we put us a trap right there. And then right on down here, snowing again now, as everybody can see. Lovely weather, I'm telling you. Anyway, we put us another right here, and then right on down yonder where that big old patch of green stuff is, and you can see that tree turned up the roots on the other side of the stream there. I put one down there, but the reason I put one right here is when I pulled up right there where I was at, there was a big white skunk right here. I pulled up, he was sitting here digging in some cow manure, it looked like, and I'm probably 30 to 40 foot from the vehicle, and he was right here in this patch of grass, and he took off out this little trail right here. You can see there's a little trail right here, goes out through here, and I watched him, and he went over that log. When he went over the log, I walking out through here, and right up there, there's a bluff. It goes all the way around through there. And he went under that bluff right there. So there's a good possibility that we may get him tonight, because his home's right there within 50 yards of where the trap is. And I seen digging all down in there in the ground and stuff where they've been burying little holes and everything. But we got 3 more traps out here, and we're gonna go back over here to another place. I think I've got 2 traps left. We're gonna go back over here and see if we can find a place to set them. But also, when you go to seeing, I've seen this before, when you start seeing skunks and stuff like that stirring in the middle of the day, it's a pretty good sign that there's fixing to be some nasty weather ahead. That's what I've always heard from old timers and stuff like that, and I really think there's something to that. So I guess we'll find out. But like I said, he's just right here under that bluff right there, some more big rocks. And I caught skunks a couple of years ago up there in the field just on top of this, so I know they're around here. But anyway, we're gonna get back over here to the vehicle and get loaded up, and we're gonna go back up here and look around a little bit. I know where there's crossing under a fence, we may set a snare. I'm not sure, but anyway, if not, I'll do a final thing here's when I get ready to, when I'm done. So we'll catch y'all in a little bit. Okay, Trapper Day, we're back in the vehicle here. Actually fixing to wait on a guy about bringing some deer heads, stuff like that. Anyway, we're back in the vehicle. Pulled up here at the road, getting warmed up a little bit. It's actually quit snowing, warmed up some, not too bad a time to be out. But best I can figure out, we've got out somewhere around between 18, 20 different sets. We may put out a couple more in the morning when we get to checking stuff. I'm not real sure about that. We've got stuff in 2 different locations. And you know, when you're trapping, the old saying is, you know, I always want to set on sign. That's great. But it don't get no better when you see stuff out moving around. Like I said, you know, I've seen skunks today, a little bit of everything. So I think it's going to be a good 2 or 3 nights before it turns off cold. But anyway, I just want to touch base there. We're going to probably run these I don't know, I'm going to say maybe all week, and then we'll probably pull a lot of our stuff, and then I'm going to hopefully go to a beaver location I've not trapped in 3 years. Beavers are back. Went the other day and looked around, found a lot of sign, so we're going to give the nasty predators and critters and stuff a rest there for a few days, and but we're going to see if we can catch a few beaver. Might even get an otter too. There's otters there. I've seen them before and stuff. So we'll just have to see what happens. And might even put out a coon set or two. You can't never tell. It's around the cornfield, so I know there's been coons there. And may even set some skunk traps. We'll just have to see what happens. But anyway, we're gonna get off of here and we'll start checking traps in the morning and see what we got. Just have to wait and see. You never know. You don't want to cancel chickens before they hatch. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, another thing, we're fixing to start putting stuff back on our Etsy store. We got back about down to didn't have much left, and then we had an event this past weekend, and we sold quite a bit of fur. Actually probably lower on fur than I've been in probably 4 or 5 years. I sold all my skunks yesterday, finished selling those. I think I had 1 coyote left. Had just a very few coons. I sold some coons over the weekend and sold several beavers. So I've got to get busy. I do have some fur. It's going to be, I'll get finished up after the first of the year, but right now I need to trap for at least about a month, good and straight, so solid. So, but anyway, our Etsy store is Hillbilly Heart Decor, so you can check us out there. And I'm fixing to go home and get the old wood stove fired up, and I've got to work on some deer hides this evening. Probably do some European mounts while I'm working on some deer. So anyway, we'll catch you all out in the field.